Everyone, welcome to the series of Node.js tutorials. In this series, I'm going to be working on some Node apps which are going to be starting off at a very basic level for those of you who don't know Node.js at all, beginner level, or have some idea and don't really know too much about it and want to get into it. So, it's just as a disclaimer, it's going to be very beginner. So, for those of you who have a lot of kind of knowledge on Node.js, you're not really going to be enjoying it as much or being challenged as much as you normally would be. So, just that disclaimer. So let's dive straight into it then. Come on, shall we? Okay. So firstly, of course, this video, the prerequisite is that you have to already have something called Node JS installed on your machine. For those of you who don't know what Node.js is, so JavaScript was a language designed primarily, I'd say, at the start for the web. So all the interactions that you see on websites, on Facebook.com, for example, when you click on a button, it does something. It kind of like animates or something along the lines. You kind of get the gist. It's basically a language that is primarily for the front end. So anything visual that you see, it used to be for the front end, and with Node, it's actually now a V8 engine that runs on your machine instead. So you're able to do powerful tasks like build APIs, build services that do things. So Node is really powerful in that sense. So if you haven't already, then go install Node on your machine. The installation steps are pretty self-explanatory. If you just head over to Google, type in Node.js, it'll take you to the homepage and install it from there. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, we're just gonna focus on a very basic thing first. So if you open up your terminal window, you are basically, the first thing that we're going to do is create a directory, and we're going to do that by doing mkdir, and then the name of the directory. So we're going to call this node app 21. Then we are going to cd inside of that, and the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to create a file, and we're going to do that using the touch command, and we'll call it index.js. And what that does is basically, as I said, creates a file, and what we're going to do next is we are going to type in the following: vi index.js, and that will open something like this on your terminal. Now, again, disclaimer, I'm just going to be doing a very simple thing, therefore I have used Vim, which comes as standard on Macs and Linux-based machines. Well, I'd say not all Linux-based machines, but for this case anyway, I've used it. And throughout these series, I'm not the kind of like strict person who says use this IDE or whatever. Use any IDE of your choice. I'm just starting using Linux via Vim at the moment because I'm going to do something really simple. So if what you probably want to do is press I to go into insert mode, and this is what we're writing. So we're inside the index.js file here, and what we're writing is our first line of might be your first line of JavaScript, but we're going to write console.log open bracket, and we will write the following: hello world, close bracket, and then to save this you press escape colon WQ, and that's really important because we're actually saying save the changes in this file. Press enter, and then that will save the file. So lastly, what we're going to do is write node index.js. And when we press enter, what we expect to see is the bit of code that we wrote is basically saying, hey Node, or hey JavaScript, hey machine rather, print out hello world. And that's all that this program is doing at the moment. So if I press enter, I expect to see hello world. So we are going to hit enter now. There we go. We see hello world. So that's the end of the first tutorial. We're going to build on top of this app, and we're going to make, hopefully something that's working, fully functioning in terms of Node. We might even get into something that's front-endy based, towards the end of things, but we're going to take it a step at a time. So yeah, stay tuned, and